And we're live. Hey guys, happy Saturday night. It's my 200th video, and I was going to do a ghost box session tonight, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it live. Why not? Been doing this for 2 years now, and 200th. Wow. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of YouTubers that have a lot more videos than me, but that's a big number for me. So anyway, I know nobody's here right now, but that's okay. Gonna just do this, and then we'll see what we can hear. And later on, I'll go listen back and annotate it and see what we get. Anyway, I brought 3 of my radios down here to Mom's apartment. This is Mom's apartment. Mom's apartment in the past has been pretty active. Gotten some really interesting messages down here from family members that are greatly missed. So I brought down 3 of the radios. I brought down this guy and his little brother, the newly hacked one, and then I've got the 587. And amazingly enough, originally when I started buying these radios, I got this speaker, this goofy little ball speaker, and this it's never really played well with a lot of my radios. And amazingly, it works well with these Memorex guys. So I'm just going to start doing a ghost box session here. And if anybody stops by, that'll be awesome. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video. So I am on, let's see. I think I'm on, honestly, it changes when you turn it on. Let's see. Okay, this one's on FM. So I'm going to put this speaker. Oh, I have to turn it on first. It's a funky little speaker. And put it in here. Okay. And now I'm going to, what did I say? FM. Okay. Move my mic so you can hear it. Hello, spirits. Ooh. Hi, Mike. How you doing tonight? Hello. Ooh, it's noisy. Hello, spirits. It's Cynthia. Who's with me tonight? Ooh. That was a strange sound. What's your name? I'm good. It's my 200th video, so I thought I'd come online and do the Ghost Box live instead of just filming it. Just hanging out on a Saturday night. Hello, spirits. Who's here with me? Ooh, that was a strange sound. Tell me your name. Try again. Thank you. Elsa or Lisa? Is that your name? Josiah? Yeah? Have I spoken to you before? Let me try a different radio. I'm messing with this this weird speaker I bought originally when I first started buying my radios, and it never really played well with my radios, but this one it seems to be working with. What's that? Don't know what that is. Anyway, I'm going to try it with this one. All right, let's try this one. This is the newest Extreme box that I recently hacked. So let's give that a shot. All right. This one's on. Oh, yeah, my friend. Noisy. That's better. Who's here with me? Who? Tell me your name. Try again. Try again. What was that? Awful noisy upstairs tonight. It's who? Do you know my name? Guys are kind of quiet tonight. Let's try. No, AM is very noisy. Hi, Christopher. Good evening. I'm just hanging out. I'm trying to do a ghost box session, but come on, spirits. Talk to us. You wanted to talk to me before I turned on the camera. All right, let's try the 587. I wonder if it'll work with this little speaker. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. This is my 200th video. So I thought, instead of just making a video, I'll come on live and see if anybody stops by. So thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good night. All right, let's see what we got on the old 587. Messing with this little speaker I've had for ages that, ooh, AM sounds terrible. All right, spirits, now come and talk to us. Oh, goodness. Hi, Marie. Thanks for coming by. Ooh, what was that? Hey, spirits, who's here with us tonight? Bob? No, you said that before, too. Who's Bob? How's your night going, Marie? Good, I hope. Give up? No. Can't give up now. It's my 200th video. Who's trying to speak to me? Bob. Okay, somebody named Bob. Bob, do I know you? It is he. I'm alright. Hi, Real C, thank you. CPJ, I'm sorry. How are you? Just hanging out on a Saturday night. Who's trying to talk to me? You know my name? What's my name? No, not Dave. I still have a cold, you guys, so. Yes, it's Cynthia. Liz, can you say my name? Can you say hi, Cynthia? Hi, George. How are you? Thank you so much for coming by. Nada. I was going to do my 200 video, and I thought, oh, I'll just go live. It's Saturday night. What the heck? You know. And I'm in my mom's very active apartment. She's not here. Awful noise. Spirits, are Bill or Billy here? Bill, are you here? Oh, it's so good. That's okay, man. Songs. Bill, are you here tonight? What was that? You ain't seen nothing. It says you ain't seen nothing. What is it I ain't seen? In 200 videos. What ain't I seen? That's scanning. Actually, I've seen a lot, but I've certainly heard a lot. Especially that awful noise. Thanks, Mary. You're very sweet. Bill, are you here? Bill has a very deep voice. Dave. Okay, David, are you here? Are you here with me? David is my spirit protector, kind of. Is David here tonight? Is the David I know here tonight? Spirits, a friend of ours is very, very ill. You know anything about how he's doing? Thank you. Hi, Tony. Thanks for coming by. Saturday night, hanging out, doing my 200th video. I heard that. You hear that whisper, Mom. They call me Mom all the time. Mom is here. Thanks so much for coming by, and that's very sweet of you. I thought, well, why don't I come on live? Why not? It's Saturday night. What? I'm starting to hear you. Who's whispering to me? There I was. Hi from Alabama. Oh, thanks so much for coming in. Thank you, Tony. You're very sweet. Hi, Sarah. How you doing? I hope all the snow is gone out there, Sarah. We just had wicked wind. Okay. I heard that. Who's whispering to me? It's all ice. Oh, God. Ice is the worst. Mom is here. Come and talk to me. Tell me who you are. No, Westchester, Tony. I'm in Westchester. Come on, come back and talk to me, spirits. Tell me who you are. Awful noise. I don't know what that is. It's very new. What? Did you hear that? It was like a whole sentence. I'm going to have to listen back and hear what it was. Who's trying to talk to me? Who? Claudie? That was a strange name. Cody or something like that. Do you want to speak to me tonight? Spirits, what's that strange noise? Hi, PMDB. Thanks for coming by. It's my 200th video, so I thought I'd just come on live and do my ghost box instead of just filming it. Saturday night. Thank you, Marie. Come on, come and talk to us. It's not just me. My friends are watching. Oh, I hate that noise.
Raven.
Who's here with me tonight in Mom's apartment? Are Bill or Billy here? That's awesome. Thank you, Marie, and thank you, PMDB. I appreciate you coming by. It really means a lot to me. Well, let's see. I'm going to check. I'm going to turn the volume down and check AM real quick, but... Ooh! Wow, AM sounds awful, you guys. Let's try one of the other radios again. I'm going to put Mr. 587 away here. I really appreciate you guys stopping by Saturday night, hanging out with me in Mom's very active apartment. This is my mom's apartment, which is in my house, that I have done some videos a while back. And I did one video, and if you watch the video, you can kind of see how shocked I was when a certain family member came through. So, hey, Dark Paranormal Hunter, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Saturday night hanging out, just doing my 200th video, and I thought I would come on live. What the heck? I'm in my mom's apartment, which is usually very active. I think that we've got a couple of family members that she loved very much, that loved her, and I think they watch out for her. And funnily enough, their names are Bill and Billy, and they are two different people. So I'm going to try this one again, you guys. The big Memorex 2 Extreme. Let's see what we get. AM is absolutely awful. So I'm gonna hope that it's still on FM, and I'm gonna turn it on. Let's see. Yeah, it's on FM. All right. Let's try this one now. Same time, TMDB. I did a stream one night, and I did actually get a few answers for somebody that was in chat, and that was surprising because I don't usually do that. I don't put myself out there. I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I'm just a sensitive, So I don't say, oh, I can get hold of your family member or anything, But someone did come through for them, so that was pretty cool. But I think it's rare. Yeah, it can happen. I mean, all right, spirits. Let's try this one, this box. Will you try to use this box to communicate with me? Hmm? The box. Thanks. This is my mom's apartment. It's actually in the basement of my house. We made this apartment for her. I'm glad to have my mom here with me. I'm very fortunate to have my mom here with me. Bill or Billy, are you here? Bill has a very deep voice. Thanks so much, PMDB. Spirits, are you too busy to talk to me tonight? I have some friends watching on this screen. I don't know if you understand what this is, but there are other people listening and watching. Sometimes I think they don't necessarily understand this concept, Nice, Tony. That's awesome. I'm going to try the 587 without this speaker. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it as well. I just wonder if that speaker is inhibiting it. Okay, not AM though. Okay, this is the 587 without the little speaker. Put it close to the mic so you can hear it. All right, spirits, now come on and talk to us. Yeah, absolutely. Sick? Who's sick? Who's sick? Can you guys hear the radio? I don't have the speaker on it. That's the only thing. Yeah, we have we have a lot of old family cemeteries in people's yards, all over here. And the graves are from anywhere from the early 1700s to the early 20th century. So sometimes I think when I've spoken to some spirits, I honestly think they do not even know what a radio is. So I try to tell them this little box, can you use the energy in the box? But a lot of them are gone so long, and it's an interesting question. When we pass on, do we stop learning? Do we not know anything about what happens in the world after we're gone? Or do we just remain who we were? Is it just a memory that's left and not actually a spirit? There's so many questions, and those are the questions we're always trying to answer. So, yeah, I mean, we have so many, just, 10 houses down from me, and I've walked down and done a video there, is right in somebody's front yard is a family cemetery, which, I kind of wish it was my front yard, but that's me. I'm one of you guys who we all would like to live next to a cemetery, whereas most people, they don't care, if they live next to it. Hello, Sacramento. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope you're having a great Saturday night. But yeah, a lot of people probably think, oh my gosh, live next to a cemetery or have one right in my property. And even the people that have them on their property, it's not their property. That part the town owns. They don't have any requirements to take care of it. Yeah, do I think they stay in the year they passed in? It's interesting because I've had so many messages come through in old language. They speak not the way we speak. I don't think they necessarily they ask a lot of times. You'll hear them ask, what is this? What is this? So I don't know. I often wonder about it, and it sometimes it makes me feel a little sad, because I wonder if they're so confused about what we're doing. Maybe they're confused about why they can hear us at all. And you don't want to think about being in the afterlife and being confused. You think, oh, you're in the afterlife and everything's good. I mean, that's what you want to think. So yeah, old colonial language. Yeah, I have had many of them come through and speak in a manner that's not common now. And I apologize for my cold, you guys. I've got another cold. I have a little bit of a cold. But yeah, they'll speak to me in a manner that's very, very nice. It's very polite, but you can tell that it's older. I've had and because I'm where I am in New York, and Tony, you'll know this, how the Dutch affected this area, settled here and stuff. And so they'll come through and they'll say things in Dutch, and yeah, it is. What a year. So I've had that come through, and old German, and yeah, so it's interesting, and it makes me wonder, So it's just there's so many questions that, will we ever answer them? And then you think, well, when I pass on, will I know? And I get the sense they don't have all the answers, so maybe we won't. Hi, Randy. Thank you for coming by. I hope you're having a great Saturday night. Just hanging out doing my 200th video, and I thought, oh, I'll come on live. What the heck? So, yeah, and I've been, hey, B&O, how are you? Hope all things going great for you. Yep, just hanging out and trying to do a ghost box, but spirits are being a little bit quiet tonight. Hey, Ray. Good to see you, Ray. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't, you know what? Sacramento, I think about it sometimes, and I twist my head up asking myself all these questions, and I think maybe we're not supposed to have the answers. Maybe we're always supposed to be seeking, and we're never going to have the answers, and we're not meant to. I don't know. I'm a seeker, though, like I'm always asking the questions. So thank you, Marie. You are a sweetheart. I really appreciate it. And Ray, it is great to see you. I'm hanging out. This is my 200th video, Ray. So I thought I'd come on and do it live. And here I am. Yeah, I'm in Westchester County, which is north of New York City. And, you know, there's a lot of, thank you. I appreciate you catching me live. That is awesome. Trying to catch one in our house. Our cabinets are opening actively about twice a week. Oh, no. That's so obnoxious. That is obnoxious. You know, my children, and when I say my children are in their 20s, but they are both still here right now. And one night I was sitting out of the computer, and one of my kids came out. I think it was my son. And he said, "Mom, seriously, did you knock on my door and then walk away?" And I looked at him. I'm like, "Why would I knock on your door and walk away?" He said it happened like 3 times, 3 knocks. "Hi, Eagle Eye. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Saturday night." He said 3 knocks. Knock, knock, knock. And he's laying on his bed. He's like, "Who is it?" Nothing. So a few minutes later, knock, 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 3 knocks. So he got up. He says, "There's nobody there." He says, like, looks down the hallway. There's nobody there. He goes back, lays down. Happened a 3rd time. He came out to me. I'm like, it wasn't me. 2 nights later, my daughter comes to me. I'm sitting out of my computer, as I often am at night, on YouTube. She goes, "Mom, who's knocking on my door and then walking away?" Like, oh, ruh-roh. I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And she's tap, tap, tap. Nobody's there. Tap, tap, tap. Nobody's there. So we had the series of the 3 knocks, both of them. Like I said, they're in their 20s, and they were a little like miffed about it, a little freaked out about it, and you know, they look at me like, "What did you do?" Like, I didn't do it, you know. My kids only in their later years, you know, in their late teens, started to have paranormal experiences, and my son had never had anything until 2 or 3 summers ago, and he was actually out in Oklahoma at a family wedding, sleeping on the couch in the living room, and he texted me, and it was 10, 11 o'clock at night, and he was really, really upset. He's like, Mom, and what do I do?" He says, "I'm laying here playing on my phone, and I'm in the dark, and there's some light down the hallway." He says, "And a shadow figure peered out at me from one of the doorways and stared at me and then went away, went back in." And he was really upset. He was very upset about that. And that was his first real experience. So the door tapping was a second one. And then we had a friend of his stay at our house a couple of years ago in my back room upstairs, where I've done a bunch of sessions, and he saw a shadow man, and he didn't know anything about any of this stuff. And he told my son, and he won't come back to my house, which is unfortunate. He's a very nice young man. So maybe one day I'll get him to come back. But he said he saw a shadow figure back there, and it scared him. It scared him. So that's why I do a lot of sessions in my back upstairs room, because shadow man, I don't know who it is. Anyway, that's my story. Anyway, that's where I am tonight. So anyway, let's try this one again. Again, I am trying, this is the 587. I'm going to try it again with this funky little speaker, and we'll see if anybody wants. Oh, it's actually still scanning. Look at that. All right, spirits. Sacramento, that's horrible. Yeah, a lot of old ones, a lot of old cemeteries in this whole area. Hi, TJ. Thanks for coming by, TJ. Happy Saturday night. Yeah, smells are an interesting thing because that does happen. I mean, how many of us who have these experiences can say, well, all of a sudden we've smelled someone's perfume who's passed on, a scent that we know so well from that person that we know is not in our own house, and yet it's there. Cigarettes, right? From somebody who smoked. Cigar smell from somebody who's passed on, when no one in your house now smokes cigars or has smoked a cigar and you smell it. So it's interesting. They're like messages, it's like a message. Thank you so much, TJ. You're very sweet. I think those are just messages. I don't know. Of course, none of us know, but I smell my your husband's father's cigar. Yeah, I mean, I think it must be. I think this is difficult for them. Honestly, I believe this is a difficult way for them to communicate. And I think it's difficult for them to communicate at all. And if there's just any way that they can send a message, and how many stories have you heard about a scent or a butterfly or just something so simple that doesn't belong there at that moment, and yet there it is. I get it. I get a scent, two different scents all the time that I know were from my cousin's house when we were growing up. And my cousin she was an absolute angel, and um, I mean, adored by everyone in the family. And she passed when we were both 23, and she lost a fight with cancer. Well, I will get these scents, and I know it's from her house. I can't figure out why after all these years, because it's a lot of years since I was 23, um, that I would get those smells, but I get them, and I just stand there and just kind of breathe them in, and it just kind of makes me feel like I'm back there. And maybe that's the gift. Maybe that's the gift. Yeah, you smelled perfume from somebody you knew. I have never done the flashlight trick, Tony. And the roses. Yeah, that's a very strong scent, and a lot of people identify that with people that they've loved. And yeah, and the scents that I get from my aunt's house that make me think of my cousin are floral scents. So, because she always had those, I don't know what it was she had in her house, soaps or whatever that had these smells. And I just think, it's just a moment where I can just close my eyes and remember her, and it's just like a little gift, just like a little gift. So I just take it, and then it passes, and I go on with my day. I look young. I'm not. I'm not young. I'm afraid to tell people how old I am, actually. But I'm not young. But it's all in your mind. So it is what it is. Um, I haven't done the flashlight trick because I know that there's a trick to the flashlight trick that a lot of people use. Oh, I'm older than you, Tony. Believe it or not, I am older than you. And I don't want to, like, if I were to do it, I wouldn't do what they do. I am actually afraid to tell people, but I will tell you guys, hey, for my 200th video, I will tell you how old I am. I am 58 years old, you guys. Hey, Chris, thanks for coming by. Happy Saturday night. Yeah, I am, 19. That's great. So you're starting young. That's awesome. My paranormal experiences started when I was 5 years old, but I didn't realize that was what it was. Thankfully, my mother did not tell me, because why scare a 5-year-old? She waited till I was 13, then she scared a 13-year-old. But that's okay. But yeah, I'm 58 years old. Is what it is, you know? Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, I started 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I started this. Funny enough, I don't know, I got on YouTube and I actually started watching a video from a certain paranormal YouTuber that I'm not a fan of anymore. And then I found another YouTuber who was debunking that YouTuber, and I started watching him, and that was order of magnitude. And then I was off to the races. I thought, I've got to try this. It's a battery operated candle that I don't have a trick. I just asked for this. See, that's good. As long as you haven't, what they do with the flashlight that I don't like is they loosen it. They loosen it until it goes just off. But if you loosen it and you put it down, any little contact can make it come on. And so it's a little bit of a trick. And I know that a lot of people think it's a trick. So I haven't tried it. Well, maybe one day I'll try it, but I would try it with a full-on flashlight. You know, I think that that's probably as hard for them to manipulate as this. I think this is difficult for them too. I've done sessions with just my camera and no radio, and I've gotten messages, you know, because the microphone on my camera evidently is very good, even though I'm trying to save up to get a better camera that can use an external microphone. The microphone on my camera must be very good because I've picked up messages just through my camera. So, and it's just a, what is it? A Coolpix, Nikon Coolpix P600. So I can't use an external microphone. So I'm trying to get a new one. Hi, True ASMR. How are you? Happy Saturday night. That's right, Dark Paranormal Hunter, and that's the trick, you know, and they do that, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want anybody to think, oh gosh, you know, we know there's a trick to that, so I don't bother, and I think it's easier to just either do an EVP session with nothing or try the radio, you know. Right, yeah, you have to loosen it, right. So I don't know, I have never tried that, you know. I started out with the SB7 was the first radio I bought. Thanks, TJ. You're very sweet. Thank you. Made me feel good. I am, however, but thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, True ASMR. It's very sweet of you. Making an ASMR channel myself. It's really nice of you to stop by. Hope you're having a great Saturday night. Thank you, Jan's Life. Thank you so much for coming by. It's my 200th video, and I'm just hanging out. And I was going to just film a 200th video and do a ghost box here in my mom's apartment, which is very active. But I thought, well, you know what? I'll just go live. I have a little bit of a cold, so I sound a little froggy. So I apologize for that. But I think I know who you're talking about who got debunked, but yeah. Yeah, well, what's cool about, and you know, those boxes that people build, you know, they do work well. I will, and if you've seen some of the videos where I hook up to the Fender amp that I stole from my son, and a noise killer pedal, and it does help when you want a quieter session. Excuse me, a quieter session, and that's really what's all that's in those fancy boxes is pedals. You know, there's a reverb pedal, there's a reverse pedal, there's a noise killer pedal, there's different kinds of pedals, and then you put, you know, an amplifier of some sort in there, and you can get mini amps, and they build it. I'd love one of those in a cool, pretty box and everything. I think they're awesome. They're just not worth $4,000, but they do exactly what we do when we hook up to a pedal and an amp. So it does work, you know. Yeah, I took, my son plays guitar. He plays absolutely beautifully, and he has too many amps, and so I took one of his amps, and he doesn't miss it, and he lets me use it for my sessions. Jan, thanks for coming by. I really appreciate all of you coming by. It's nice to just hanging out on a Saturday night and celebrating. I can't believe I've made 200 videos. Honestly, when I saw 199, I thought, oh my gosh, when did that happen? You know? So it's kind of cool. I really enjoyed doing this, you know, and mostly you timed yourself out. Mostly I've really enjoyed all the people that I've met, all of you. It's really been wonderful, you know, to become part of this community. Fender amp as well, but I upgraded my amp to a bigger one. Yeah, he's got some giant amp. I had read somewhere, excuse me, someone had recommended to use an old tube amp. I tried one of his old tube amps, and it didn't work well. So I don't know if maybe I did something wrong. It's very possible, but of course he does. You, mom. Yeah, mom. Yep, I'm mom. Even the spirits call me mom. They call me mom all the time. It's interesting. I have to wonder who thinks I'm their mom on the other side. But yeah, I would recommend it. There you can get I've seen people with these mini amps, and I did buy a mini Hodad amp. The thing is the mini amp has has volume, which is important for an external speaker. Because like these, you can't change the volume on it, and some radios are very low when you hook them to a speaker. So you need an external speaker that has volume. But the big amp has mid and gain. The mini amp does not have the mid range, and it does make a difference. So big Vox amp. Oh, you can't. Yeah, some of them are. Do I use any phone apps? I have used one phone app. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm sniffly. I have used one app. I have used the Live Ghost Box Plus by Steve Holte. I haven't tried any other apps. I did one video with it, and it seemed like a very successful session. I haven't gotten the chance to do it another time, though. I just don't use them very often, and I haven't thought to try any of the others. And I also thought I saw something about them, that they're gonna be shutting them off soon or something. I'm not sure, Steve's apps. But I had great success in that session with that app. I don't remember, but I think I had to pay something for it. Yeah, I know. I've watched your sessions, Eagle Eye. I'm sorry, I don't know your real name. And they work well for you, which is great. Can you see the fireplace? Can you see my fireplace? There it is. It's mom's fake fireplace, actually. I didn't think you could see it. That's funny. Radio scanners. Yeah, Dark Paranormal Hunter. Do you use radios like this? I like the hacked radios, and also I love the fact that this has gotten me into old radios, which is, like, cool because it's this whole new hobby I've gotten. Now everywhere I go, every estate sale, every garage sale, I'm like I go right to the people at the table. I'm like, "Do you have any old radios?" I'm always asking people for old radios now, and I've wrecked a couple of radios, don't get me wrong. I have ruined a couple of radios. But, I in fact, when I first started out, I bought the other model of this, the 1200587, because I saw somewhere online that there was a way to hack it with soldering and wires, and I literally tried to do that. Hmm, soldering is not as easy as you might think, and I wrecked it. But then I got very lucky with the 2 587s that I was able to buy, so, um yeah, flea markets. I mean, I if I see a garage sale or an estate sale, it's like right off the road. My husband knows. I'm like, go back. You know. So I bought all kinds of old radios, and I just love them now. And it's just it's a cool hobby now. As part of this, I guess this is a hobby too. I don't know. I mean, I started out my paranormal experiences started when I was 5 years old, but again, I didn't realize what it was. So when I got to be a teenager and it kicked in, and my mother explained it to me, it's been going on since then. So obviously now you know how many years I've had all these wonderful experiences. And I had some years where they weren't so wonderful until I learned to control it. So I've seen the things I've seen, and heard. I use box enhancers. Now, what do you mean by box enhancer, Dark Paranormal Hunter? to filter static. Do I do readings? I think readings are more, I am not a psychic or a medium. I'm just basically what they call a sensitive. So I can have contact with spirits, but I can't contact someone in particular for you, that kind of thing. So, no, I've never done something like that. I wouldn't want to purport to be, something I'm not. I'm just somebody who's been lucky enough to have these experiences. And honestly, throughout most of my 20s, I did not consider myself lucky because I had a lot of negative things coming through and a lot of bad premonitions that premonitions are a funny thing because they're rarely good things that you get premonitions of, So, but eagle eye, I'll see what I can do. I have actually sent a couple of radios to a couple of people in the past, and if I come across one, I'll let you know. Hi, Sarah. Welcome back. PMDB, you know what? We always used to joke, myself and a couple of people that I know that had similar experiences, that the people that don't have any experiences are blissfully unaware. And I don't mean that as a dig. I don't mean that as condescending or anything. Sometimes, and like I said, during like a decade of my life, I considered people who didn't have any experiences very, very fortunate. Because a lot of what I experienced was negative until I learned to control it. But yeah, so what's up? You all right, Sarah? You're having a rough night? Oh no. Oh no. They're scared of you? PMDB. Maybe. I think at this point in my life, it's funny. I went through the negativity and I learned to control it. And as my children were growing up, I've always had this sort of mantra. And people laugh because, they'll say, well, I'm not afraid to march into a dark place or feel my way around in the dark or whatever. I'm not afraid, and it's very almost impossible to jump scare me because I always figure somebody's there. But I've had a mantra for years, and it sounds bad, but I always would, if I was ever in a situation where, like, well, I didn't know where I was and I felt something, I would say, good will always win over evil. I have good on my side. And if you bother me, I'll send you to hell. And that's what I would say in my head. And it was a way for me to take control of the negativity and the negative things that I was experiencing all those years. And now it's just kind of anecdotal. But yeah, and that's what I told my children when they started to have their experiences. I said, you know what? Nothing is going to harm you. You have good on your side. You're fine. Don't be afraid. So that's right. There really isn't anything to be afraid of. All this stuff you hear about demons, demons, demons. I question it. I do question it. And I've had, like I said, I'm 58 years old. This started when I was 5. Think about how many years of experiences that is. And I've had negative stuff, but nothing is going to harm you. And, so I have to clean my glasses. They get all smudgy, and I don't know how that happens. And I'm blind without them. Oh, there you are. There I are. So, no, there's no reason to be afraid. I don't have that. I don't have that fear. I believe in demons as well. Demons exist. I just think it's a lot harder than people would have you believe to conjure them. A lot more difficult than they would have you believe. So in our daily life, odds of conjuring a demon, calling a demon to you, I think the odds are low. Oh, guitar pedals, right? Yep, definitely reverb. Yeah, That's, yeah, definitely. The PS, I'm sorry, my glasses are smudgy again. The PSB7, yep, attached to the guitar pedal. Yeah, the noise killer pedal is the only pedal I bought, and it works really well. It really cuts it back, because sometimes you don't mind all the white noise, and a lot of the messages I get are in the white noise, the whispering in between. Okay, thanks so much for coming, PMDB. Definitely come back again and take care. Have a great Saturday night. And Sarah, you didn't answer me. I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay. So that's the only pedal I have is the noise killer. And because I didn't, I know I can on the Fender amp, I can do all that. Oh, that's my mom's clock. She has a Christmas clock that sings year round. I can do the I think the reverb or the echo or whatever. That's all in the amp. So, excuse me. So yeah, so that's about it on that. Anyway, oh my goodness. Does anybody else have any other questions? I'm happy to answer them. Oh my goodness. Oh, boy, I'm really ready for winter to be over. Really ready for winter to be over. I don't know if I want to try this. I'm going to try this one more time. Yeah, a lot of the amps have that. Because I guess when you're playing your guitar, when you play your guitar, sometimes you want to have the different effects. I don't know. I'm not a guitar player. I mean, I play a little acoustic guitar, but my son plays acoustic and electric like an angel. He plays. He plays so well. So he understands all that. My favorite radio is I think my 12150. It's a big radio. And it's if you see in some of my sessions, it's big. It's a big silver radio with a black dial, and I like to use that with the amp and the pedal. And I think that's my favorite, actually. It's not. You can't just take it around anywhere though. But it's a great radio. I really like it a lot. Oh, it was right, Tony. It was 57 degrees. What was it yesterday? Boy, that was so nice. A bass. My daughter tried to learn the bass. We still have a bass, but my son is self-taught. But he taught himself music theory. So my husband plays as well, but my husband just plays, he knows the chords and he plays like normal people. But he'll start to ask my son a question, and my son will start going on about thirds and all the theory and loses him completely. But it's so nice to listen to them. My husband right now is trying to learn Dave Matthews, a few Dave Matthews songs. And those are tough because Dave Matthews is his own musician. So, but it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So I just try to sing. All right. Let's see. Maybe one more try. I don't know. All right, spirits. I'm going to give you a couple more minutes here. Listen. I'm listening. You talk. All right. Now talk to us, okay? Tell me your name. You witch? That wasn't nice. You called me a witch. I've been called a witch before. And that's why sometimes I wonder how old these spirits are. I'm not a witch. I'm a person. It's all right. I'm a human being. And it's all right to speak to me. My name is Cynthia. Would you speak to me? Strange sounds. Come speak to me tonight. It's such a weird. Who calls me mom? Who? That was Lady Gaga. Married. Oh, they do? Yeah. You know, I get them trying to say my name, but they mostly just call me mom, which is easier than my name. All right, Lady Gaga. Spirits, who calls me mom? And I think sometimes it's because we represent a mom. I don't know. Whose mom am I? What? Who are my children? You know me. I know you? How do I know you? Yeah. And that's sad, isn't it? How do I know you, Spirit? How do I know you? What? Not very talkative tonight. Do you not want to talk to me tonight? Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, well. Goodbye. Bye. I'll turn this off if you say goodbye. That's what? Bye. Well, they're not very talkative tonight. Well, we tried. What are you going to do? Sometimes they want to talk and sometimes they do not. We tried 3 different radios. Well, it's 11 o'clock. Well, I think maybe I'll call it a night for my 200th video. I really appreciate you all coming in and hanging out with me. It's been awesome. Hope I didn't talk too much. But thank you, everybody who came in. Thank you so much. Thank you, spirits, if you tried to come through. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. And yeah. Thanks, Tony. And Marion, now that I know your name, thank you so much, Dark Paranormal Hunter. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Ray, although I think you're gone. Thanks for coming in, Ray. PMDB is gone, but thank you. Oh, MNT993. I didn't see you. Sarah, I hope everything's okay. I didn't hear back from you. So, True ASMR, thanks for coming in. Tony, thank you so much. Neighbor. TJ, wherever you are, thank you for coming in. Sacramento. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so glad you guys came by and hang out with me for a little while. And enjoy the rest of the weekend. And talk to you guys soon, okay? Have a good one. Good night, guys. Thank you so much, Tony. Good night.